and I've been learning a lot. And I got to the stage where I just wanted to advance and build on what I've already learned from those channels. And you can build on that evaluation as you're moving forward. And whether it takes 1 month, whether it takes 5 months, whether it takes 10 months, and it is phenomenal.
Hi everyone, welcome to Forex League YouTube channel. My name is Honzino, I'm support for Forex League, and you are about to watch another interview with one of our lifetime members. But before we go ahead, let me show you what is lifetime membership so you are going to understand what are we going to talk about. So this is our full course membership that includes rapid signals, 2 strategies, and funding. 4 weeks are swing strategy. That is what Nick is teaching on the trainings that we have with our members. And the second strategy is intraday that I am currently using and can help with to our members. And the funding. We can include funding to our membership because we own a pro firm which is currently leading in the industry. You can see more on the website, so definitely go and check more information there. So this is all about the membership, and let's go start the interview. Hi everyone, welcome to another interview with our member, and this time I'm here with Damian, and he's been member for a few months and he's making a great progress, so I believe he have a lot to share with us. So hi Damian, and thank you for your time.
Hi Honzino, good to be here, man.
Thanks. Let's start. So what brought you to trading and how did you find Forex Leach?
Okay, look, I've been trading now for the past 3 years, and I got in just during the 2019 COVID period, which was high volatility in the market, very challenging. So I started my trading journey at that point. I've been in the markets, not doing fantastically, but just taking it day by day as it came. Lots of losses. Paid big school fees there. But then I found Forex League about 2 years ago. I've been following Nick on Instagram. And I just been following him, and it came to the point about 5 months ago when I got involved with the program. And it's just been absolutely phenomenal from that point on.
So it's been still very helpful for you, even you had already some experience.
Yeah, look, when I started trading, I actually got involved with a course, all right, in my initial phase. It was a very beginner course, a local course here in South Africa. They actually just taught you the basics about how to use TradingView, how to get onto MT4, how to execute trades, what is Forex all about in terms of candlestick analysis, and very basic entry level stuff. I kind of used that as the foundation and move forward in terms of learning how to trade. One thing I must say that Forex League has a lot of free material available, and that really helped me a lot. That really helped me to try and make sense of what's going on, especially with technical analysis. I actually found that via following Nick, and I just jumped onto your YouTube channel, and I've been playing around with the videos and, just figuring out what exactly is going on. Obviously, we were taking losses upon within the phase. So obviously just trying to get better at what we're doing, just implementing new strategies and figuring out where we are in the whole matrix, because there's a vast amount of information out there. Came across the free Forex League YouTube channel, and I've been kind of learning a lot from there. And I got to the stage where I just wanted to advance and build on what I've already learned from those channels. Obviously taken the course from that point on, and it just put everything into perspective. So for me, it was a level up in terms of really giving me a broader perspective of what needs to be done and how it's done. From being a little bit experienced in the industry, it was a quick transition. I've seen the transition happen over 5 months, and it's a huge transition. If I could actually say, just before this interview, I went back to my trading account that I've been trading from the time, my personal trading account that I've been trading from the time I started. I haven't changed that account, and I just went back and I opened up the history of the trades, and I just had a quick browse through to see what is the overall difference. And it is phenomenal. It was really phenomenal. It's refreshing to see.
Yeah, it's definitely good to look, behind and see the progress. It's good for self-motivation, right? To see how far you. I'm trying to do it because I already have developed my strategy, but I still try to do every weekend or every month to see, okay, this month or this past week, what did I observe? What did I learn? So it keeps me motivated. I keep doing and just realizing how far I came. So I wouldn't feel like I'm stuck on a place and I do nothing, but actually I do improving step by step. So it's definitely good. So about the course, could you tell us something more about the course? What's included in the course, about the strategy you learn?
Yeah, like I said, look, I have been following Nick for a long time, and I've adapted his swing trading strategy. It really fits my personality and my schedule in terms of how I trade and what I look for. And the second I jumped on the course, I mean, it got everything from what you need from a beginner right up to the intermediate to advanced traders. So obviously with having the knowledge of the beginner course, I was able to fly through those modules very quickly. It was just a quick refresher to make sure that we're on the same page. And then we got into more in-depth technical analysis, where that was for me best part of the entire course, because this was able to give me more understanding of what we're doing in terms of how we use the tools, in terms of how we find support and resistance, when to apply Fibonacci's. I also got a taste of a day trading strategy, which is also included in the course. For me, it wasn't really something I felt towards. I prefer to trade off price action and structure, so I lean towards the swing trading. But I know that in today's strategy, the guys are doing phenomenal with it. I mean, we've got a very nice community on Discord, and we can see the guys that they're adapting to that strategy very well and producing excellent results from it. Overall, I think it's very beneficial for anybody to actually look into it. I mean, no matter where you are in your trading career, there's a lot of fruitfulness coming out from it. We're not necessarily saying, you're just going to learn the basics and go through it. There's real meat in the course. And if you give it the time and you give it the energy and you give it the dedication, it's really an opportunity to change your life. I mean, that's exactly what it is. Coming from a business advisory background, I currently work in acquisitions and business development. Honestly, there is no business in this world that you could invest that amount of money and derive such returns.
Right.
I mean, it's unseen. But end of the day, I mean, the most important thing, and I would like to highlight to all the viewers as well, that we're not saying that take the course and you'll be successful. We're saying take the course and the opportunity is there for you to become successful. Yeah. It all depends on how much of work you're going to put in and how well you're going to understand. The most beneficial part for me from the entire Forex League course is the support and the one-on-one interaction that we do get. When I first met you, when I sent you a Telegram message to join the course, you sent me a whole lot of info regarding what's going to happen. And I seen that we have like weekly one-on-one. And I was like, okay, cool. Let me check this out. Am I really going to get one-on-one time with Nick, the guy I've been following for like 2 years now? And you can see that these guys are real traders. I mean, they're as real as it comes. And one factor that could highlight that is it's not just posting wins over a period of time. It's real. It's like, this is where we are. We took a loss today. This is our loss. We took a win today. This is our win. And it's as real as it gets. It's just not something out there for marketing to say, listen, we making X amount of money, or we at this point of return, or factual based trading information to say, this is what we did today. This is how we performed. This is how we close the day off. Yeah. So for me, I was like, okay, do I get really one-on-one time with these guys? Is it really going to happen? The intro call was there. When you get on, you get an introductory call. You actually get to chat to Angelo and Nick. Thereafter, I mean, there was links coming up. You schedule a one-on-one and you're there. You should have one-on-one time with the guys themselves. You have an issue in the course, support is there. You pop them at Discord, you get onto the call and they're there. It's not just like a bot that's replying to your message or telling you, listen, we'll take a ticket and we'll get back to you later. It's personal one-on-one interaction. And that was something that really advanced my trading. Aside from the knowledge you gain from the course, it's the support and the accountability that you get from the weekly one-on-ones and just attending those sessions as they move along. And that's the benefit. Everybody would be struggling at a different point in trading. I wouldn't deem that every single person is having the same difficulties. And this is your opportunity to actually get the solutions to those problems, so to say, because you just jump on and the guys are so helpful and they're just so supportive and it's real, man. It's really real. So for me, that is the best part of the entire course.
Yeah, I agree. And we're really realizing that like interaction with members and students is the key, right? You want to guide them. It's a course, but with course, you need a guidance, right? So, and I know there is, plenty of other courses. As you said, like it's not mentorship. There's no one you can talk to and ask question. And we have a great community people. We are helping each other. And as you mentioned, we have the webinars 4 times a week. The one you can really see the difference is that the ones who are really attending regularly, they're making great progress because they come there and we can discuss the risk management, psychology, whatever they struggle with, right? And sometimes I'm having calls like 3 hours, 5 hours because it's always someone come in and we can just keep talking about everything and just loving it. That's awesome. Connecting.
Yeah, the thing about trading is that not many people understand what it takes mentally, emotionally, psychologically to actually be successful. It's not something where you could just regularly find a community that's willing to listen to you and talk to you about it. You can even get onto these webinars and just talk about your feelings going through a trade and just see if that was the right frame of mind that you needed to be in. And the guys are there willing to support you on that. And for me, that's exceptional. That really advanced my trading career for years on end. I mean, my biggest fear when getting into the entire Forex, obviously I came in with a goal to get funded. I mean, that's ideally the end goal that I was focusing on. And my biggest fear at that point was drawdown. How the hell do we control drawdown? I mean, this concept of drawdown was phenomenal. I mean, looking at my real account versus website drawdown rules is like crazy, man. You really have to be a pro. And within my first challenge, drawdown was no issue. I controlled drawdown. I haven't breached any rule. The biggest problem was coming from confidence, not being able to open winner trades when you saw the move. You were just hesitant. I think it's the pressure of being in the challenge. So for me, that was the biggest problem, and the problem that I'm working on. I brought it up in a one-on-one, and the guys are actually working with me currently to basically improve my confidence in the marketing. I mean, we were on a one-on-one call last week with yourself and Nick, and we spoke about backtesting and how that would really improve the confidence in the market. And I had a look at your backtesting schedule, and it was amazing. It was so motivating to see that this is the type of data you need to move forward. Lots of people say, look, if you want anything in life, you got to work hard. You got to put in the effort. You got to work hard. But it really comes down to what you work hard at. I mean, there's so many different things to look at. And, how do you work hard if you don't know what you're working on? And the main thing that I get from being a part of this community is that you're able to direct me in the right direction to say, all right, this is what you need, work on this, and let's evaluate at the next phase. And it's week on week, this evaluation, putting into play, it's phenomenal. I'm at the point where I don't suffer drawdown. Drawdown is not a problem anymore. It's now just being able to maximize my win, just let the winners run instead of flipping them early. For me, that personally was huge.
Yeah. So before you were mentioning about your goal to coming or getting the membership was to get funded. Could you tell something about that? Because we have free funding, right? Included in a membership. How does it go? Can you explain a little bit more about that? People who doesn't know?
Yeah. Okay. While in the trading, obviously being within 2 years in the industry, you realize that exponential growth comes from funding. That's the only way you're going to see exponential growth. So obviously being in the business advisory division, I do exceptional due diligence before I proceed with anything. And I had a look at all the prop firms around that. And, it's expensive, all right, number one. And you've got to make sure you're 100%. And then I came across Forex League, giving the guys an opportunity to get funded within their institute, where you get trials to keep on getting towards your funding goals. And for me, that's something that nobody else is doing. At this point, it relieves so much of pressure to know that at the end of these 30 days, we get to go again. We get to just work on this, or basically whatever problems we had within that period, and we can just get in there again. I mean, if it wasn't the case, the pressure would be so much more on the trader, because, most of the guys, this is their one opportunity and their only opportunity. I mean, if you're looking at the price of funding out there, it would be an expensive retry. I mean, if you have to go again and again and again.
Yeah.
With Forex League, that's 50% of the pressure gone, because we know that we're in 30 days. The only focus at this point is to make sure we maximize our return, we minimize drawdown, and we trade in the right frame of mind.
Yeah.
Because if not, next month, after 30 days, you get a retry. Although you have an extra verification phase to go through, that shouldn't be an issue, because if you can pass the first phase, you're definitely in the business to pass the second and the third. It's an extra phase, but it's got an 8-day minimum trading day during first funding phase. So it's just extra 8 days. It's nothing major. So it's huge. It's absolutely huge. The value it's crazy, man.
It's worth it because it's as you mentioned, it's free. You can try every month for free. If you fail, you can take it again. Important is always, as you said, see what happened the last month, evaluate on it, and then, make adjustments and then move on to the next challenge. And when you pass, you get funded for free. And
ultimately that should be, there's so much of opportunity out for traders, especially at this time that we're in currently. It's definitely a trader's game. And the only way you're going to see that exponential growth is once you fund it. And to just have that safety net in the back of your mind to say, listen, I can give you everything on this challenge because I am not worried about what's going to happen after 30 days. I can trade just the way I trade. And you can build on that evaluation as you're moving forward. And whether it takes 1 month, whether it takes 5 months, whether it takes 10 months, you're on the track or you're on the path of getting funded. And it's definitely worth it, because nothing teaches you better than the mistakes you make.
Yeah, definitely.
You're able to evaluate it much better.
I think that's why I'm so big fan in backtesting and journaling. As you could see, journaling, that's something I'm mentioning all the time in our webinars, so members can see how actually good it is to see your progress, to see your mistakes, what are your losses, what are your winners. So much eye-opening, and I'm happy that I could show you. And now, as you messaged me earlier, you have 3 hours today for backtesting, so I'm really happy to see
I do.
lessons, and you're gonna focus on it. That's great. And then it's easier to show Nick or me on a webinar what are you doing, what trades are you taking, and it's easier for us to give you feedback.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, the biggest hurdle that I'm having in my my trading career right now is the confidence to be able to execute a trade emotion free, to say, listen, it's part of my strategy. I'm in it and let's do it. And the only way that you are able to build that confidence is through repetition. And the only way you're going to get repetition is through back testing. And we're at that point now. So it's probably like Nick mentioned to me on the last one-on-one that I had with him last week. He's like, dude, we're at the end. This is the last stretch. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel. So just focus. Let's get in those trades. Let's get in chart time. Let's put in the work and let's see where we go from there. So I will be starting a new challenge soon, but I just want to come in there with a whole new mindset after about a week of back testing and getting familiar, working on the confidence side of things. And yeah, we're going to see how we're going to perform from there.
Yeah, as you mentioned, like keep opening trades and then see, because it doesn't matter what the next trade is going to end up. If you will keep opening and following your strategy for a whole month, then you will have a data in your journal that you can reflect on, and you will find out, okay, what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, right? What I have to adjust, and then go from there. Yeah, as you said, like just keep following, being consistent. I just started doing backtesting again. I want to figure out a few stuff. I will start being live in Discord, so members can join me anytime they want and they can see me backtesting and how I use the sheet and journal. So I think it would be really beneficial for them too. You mentioned you have a business. How do you combine trading and your business working hours?
Yeah, look, okay. At first, it was a little bit of a problem. I mean, where you realize that you need to be on the charts all the time, which is definitely not the case. For me personally, I like to do a lot of my work on the weekend, on Sunday especially, just getting an idea of what's happening, all my technical analysis, everything done. So when I come into the week, I know exactly where I'm looking for trades, at what point I'm looking for trades, what I need to see market structure do. So a personal thing that I do is if I don't have any evidence to drop time frames, there's no need to look at other time frames because I don't have the evidence. For example, I trade off the 4-hour chart, and until I get the 4-hour chart in the zone that I want to trade, there's no point in actually watching the chart on a 1 hour or a 30-minute. All I do is if I'm building up towards that entry, I just set an alarm to have a look at what price action is doing off my technical analysis every 4 hours. And I set an alert to tell me if price gets into that zone where I'm going to be looking for an entry at that specific point. If I don't get that entry signal, or if I don't get the alert, I just jump on every 4 hours to just have a look at what price action is doing at that point. Who's in control, how's the volatility. And if I do get that alert, then I know what I'm looking for. I just drop down to 1 hour and repeat the process. I'll only enter on conviction or once I see my moving averages cross or whatever the entry is built up to that point. But I always trade off candle closes. So there's no point in me going and watching how the candle is building up if I'm not going to be entering on that candle while it's in its open. I wait for candle close. So I think if anybody has a full-time job, or if you at school, or if you're trading and you've got commitments in the day, always be prepared. Your decisions need to be made by Sunday on which direction you're going, what you're looking for, and all the basis of the work is done at that point. The only thing you're going to be doing in the week is just waiting for your plan to play out. I mean, you got to have a plan. If there's no plan, you're going to be on the charts all the time. Day is just going to get mixed up with your trading day, and there's going to be a whole lot of emotions all over the place, and you're going to be making decisions based on what's happening at a specific point, which is not ideal. I mean, you're in this as a business, you got to be almost perfect on the entries, so you got to follow your plan. And if your plan does not work out, it didn't work out. But the win is that you followed your plan. And I think that's the most important thing that you need to do in trading. You follow your plan. You cannot go and readjust your plan in the middle of a trade, because that's not trading. That's like gambling. Yeah, know what you're looking for. And when you know what you're looking for, it's so much easier during the day. I mean, if I'm at that point where I'm looking for an entry and I can see market structure pretty clear on the 1 hour, I'm only checking in my chart on 1 hour, and the only thing I'm checking on is what's happening with current price action.
Would you have any advice to people who are struggling with timing because they are too busy working or at school, how to combine with trading?
Yeah, the best advice I could give you is plan your week in advance. You're probably going to have a lot of spare time over the weekend, and that's where you're going to do majority of your work, because you need to give it undivided attention, especially when you're doing your analysis. So plan ahead, plan on the weekend, and just predominantly execute during the week. Set your alert and let price come to you rather than you run towards the price. And that seems to have been working for me a lot. I mean, you just be patient and let it play out the way you need it to play out. If it does not play out, it's no trade. I mean, for the guys that are even battling to find a plan on the weekends, I mean, we have the Sunday market blitz. That is super. I mean, your plan is right there. You jump on and Nick and Angelo go through and say, this is exactly what needs to be done. This is the procedure that you need to follow, and this is what you have to look for. I mean, if you can put 2 and 2 together, the trading week will be much more lucrative in that manner. So just jump on. They even publish it in the Discord, am I right? So you can get into those charts and you can just basically take your trades off that. And yeah, like I said, just prepare on the weekends and execute on the weekdays, but follow the plan and let the market come to you rather than you run towards the market.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. All right. So what are your next plans with membership and with trading now? What are you planning? So you said you will start backtesting, and anything else you want to work on?
Yeah, so currently we are in that phase where we are backtesting, and we are about to start the new challenge in the course of this week or early next week. So obviously the main goal, or immediate goal at this point, would be to work on the funding and the first account funding. And obviously I have nothing else besides that in mind. Working very closely with Nick and with yourself as of last week in terms of getting that confidence up to start building that funded account. So that's where we are, just focusing on the consistency, focusing on the confidence to get into those trades and take it from there.
Right. What if you will get funded? What will change in your life?
It's drastic. I mean, it's always been a goal. I always had it in mind to become a prop firm. That would have been the end goal in it. So this is obviously the first step. You got to be a fund manager and take it from there. So at that point, it will just be working on those funded accounts, scaling up. There's lots of scaling opportunities from there. But I always believe that if you cannot manage the small accounts, how are you going to manage the big capital in the end?
Yeah, definitely.
So the goal is just predominantly work on that account, be able to master it, become excellent at achieving those targets, controlling the drawdown. And from that point, we'll just scale up from there.
Well, I wish you good luck with that. That sounds like a good plan. So I think last question, what would you say to people thinking to join us?
Yeah, look, if you guys are watching this and they really want to get involved with the community, especially with this company, I would say it doesn't really matter where you are in your career right now, because there's benefit for everybody at every different level. The institute is just phenomenal. I mean, you can get in and you can work on becoming a better trader at that point. So guys, I mean, it's not something that you're going to get on and you're going to learn the same thing over and over from a beginner's course. You can be as advanced as you could be, and there's still opportunity for you within this company. I say, guys, look into it. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are chasing funding. There's a lot of traders that want to be funded. I would suggest that, just have a browse through. I mean, go through their page and just have a look at it, and you see the opportunity that's available. It's like nothing else. Like I said, the funding program, if you experienced and you have a winning trading strategy and your trading strategy is excellent and you want to get funded, I mean, you can get on and start working on those challenges and, just adding that capital onto your portfolio. Eventually, you'll have a lot of asset under management and your goal is there. No matter where you are in your career, no matter where you want to be in the career, there's opportunity available for you at Forex League. That would definitely be my best advice to anybody wanting to get in at that point.
Thank you so much for your time, man. It was very inspiring. I'm happy to see your progress and results. And I have to say, when you joined, I saw your passion and dedication. You always reach me with your questions and you attending the webinars, and you have the results. So I'm really happy to see it. I'm a person who need to see my results. So I mean, it's great, man, to have you in a community and see you working hard and towards your goal and how much we can help you. And that's just awesome.
Yeah, I'm really grateful to be here, guys. And if I could take this opportunity to shout out to everybody within the company to say thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for always being there and, helping us out through this journey. It's a tough journey. It is really a tough journey.
Thank you.
But having this community behind me gives me so much more confidence. And I just want to shout out and give you guys appreciation, man, to everybody from the top right down to the bottom. You guys are perfect. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you so much. Well, thank you for your time. Thank you for being here.
Okay. Thanks, Appreciate it, man. Take care. Have a good one.